Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you've seen, today we're gonna be something slightly different in, if you see the title of the video, depending on what title I give it. This is an idea I've been thinking about for a while, and that is a hypothetical Haunted Mansion series, and that is an animated series. Now, the idea of Haunted Mansion or any Disney ride getting an animated series isn't that new of an idea. Um, or anything like that. But with the hype of the new film coming out recently, so Haunted Mansion, all that's coming back and like relevant, I thought it'd be interesting to share my sudden idea that I had pop up for a potential Haunted Mansion animated series that Disney could do. This is also inspired by the fact that recently, I don't know if it was recently, but it's gotten attention because of the new film. You know, concept art for like an animated Haunted Mansion special or something came out by someone on Instagram, and it looks really good. I think there were like two known attempts at like a Haunted Mansion animated series at some point, and they both got canceled, which shocks me considering that Disney, when it does animation, it excels at it, especially when it does cartoons. And the potential for a Haunted Mansion animated series is right there. Like, it can be both scary and funny because it's a ride that takes both the scary but also absurd at the same time. And I think that's something you could excel at in an animated format. But yeah, that's enough of me rambling and trying to set this whole thing up. Let's get to the actual concept. So this is just my first idea and pitch. This is not like an 100% thing that could be done, but yeah, so my pitch is the series could revolves around our main character is, and I know this is done a lot, but hear me out. Our main character is going to be a mortal, a foolish mortal, obviously. Who is a child, maybe she's like around 12 or something. And the placeholder name I gave her for now is like V. So V is like this, at the start of the series, this 12-year-old girl who's a mortal, and instead of like her discovering the mansion, I had this interesting idea that she actually lives at the mansion, and this idea is like she, at like a young age, or maybe when she was an infant or something, she was either abandoned or found somewhere near the Haunted Mansion grounds or something, and the ghosts kind of just decided to take her in and adopt her. So she basically has grown up around the 999 happy haunts in the mansion. So she basically just lives there and grew up there. And everything there, because I just thought it'd be funny, because it's like everything there is just normal to her since she grew up in that environment. Like, all the ghosts are just like this equivalent, like this a wacky extended family. And I thought that'd be funny as an interpretation. But yeah, so with that basic concept out of the way, I thought that if you have it like that, like a main character, this young girl who just lives there. You could also take advantage of like the scary when you have like new characters or mortals entering the house through a scary perspective, but you could also use that kind of work as like to take advantage of like the silliness of it too, because if it's also from the perspective of like a human that like lives there and is like just used to it by that point, you could also have that be like a way to show the silliness of the ride as well. So yeah. What else did I want? Other characters other than this original human character I came up with, this child. Other characters are of course gonna be ghosts. I don't know why. In my head, I imagine the Hatbox Ghost and Madame Leota being like two major characters, like along with like V, this original character child I came up with. The three of them are like this main character trio sort of thing. And yeah, that's kind of how I picture it. Other and recurring characters can be like other iconic ghosts, like the hitchhiking ghosts, obviously, as like comic relief, or like part of the adventures or shenanigans they can get up to. Pickwick, some ghosts from the ballroom scene, like the birthday girl, the organist. You could also have, some of the paintings you see in the stretching room or in the hallway become like living, or like they also can become ghosts in our characters, just like stuff like that. And another idea is like some episodes, this isn't an entirely original concept I had just come up with. This YouTuber I also watch, Mr. Multiverse, he's done a couple videos of a potential Haunted Mansion series, but one idea he brought up I like is like maybe some episodes can be like a Ghost of the Week episodes, because if there's like 999, ghosts, you can create like completely new ghost characters and have it be like a Ghost of the Week episode, like dealing what their problem is that episode and like figuring their stuff out, and have them be like a focus for an episode, and like that opens the door for an opportunity to have like get guest stars, guest voice stars and stuff for an episode, and then you can see them later on in the background as like background characters in the future. The best example I can give is like the recent My Little Pony series, whenever all the background characters still have like fans and are fans of them, even though they're background characters, because of their designs and stuff. Like that's basically the closest equivalent I can compare it to what I'm thinking for in this made up series I'm hypothetically creating. So yeah. What else? Basically, I guess we should get an idea. The basic tone I have the basic tone I want for the show to have, the closest comparison is like a sort of Gravity Falls type feel. If you guys remember that show, where like there is like genuine mystery and even horror at points, but at the end of the day there's still like lighthearted and like and comedic moments as well, like kind of like that back and forth tone that Gravity Falls had. I would like for this show to have too. And like as the series goes on, and you have V, this who basically, if learning how to interact more with the outside world, like the human world outside of the mansion she grew up in. Maybe as the series goes on, you could have like mystery, like ongoing mysteries in the background, like what happened to all the previous owners of the mansion. What is the history with it? Who is the bride in the attic? Because like I have this idea of like maybe near the end of the first season. I mean, throughout the first season, they could allude to Constance Hatchaway, the bride. Like, oh yeah, there's like a ghost or a bride in the attic, but we don't. If we don't bother her, she doesn't bother us. We just try to stay away from the attic. But then, like, maybe near the end of the first season, there could be like this climactic thing where like she finally comes down and wrecks kind of a bit of havoc on the mansion. Not like as a villain, but not like as a full-on villain, but maybe as like a sort of antagonistic figure of sorts, but not full-on villainy. And other things I'm thinking about, maybe also in later seasons, depending on how long the story could go. In later seasons, you could have references to other mansions, like you can reference the mansion in Tokyo, because the main mansion in this show would be based on the Disneyland one, so you can mention the Disney World mansion, the Tokyo Disney mansion, Phantom Manor could also be referenced, Mystic Manor can also be referenced from Hong Kong. You know, all kinds of references, and maybe characters from those rides that exist in them and other material could also show up as like special appearances or cameos. You know, just fun little references for like people who are big on Haunted Mansion lore and fan interpretations and stuff, you know, because I thought that'd be fun. Also, I want to add the basic idea of a mortal living, like this mortal child basically living and being raised amongst the ghosts. This idea came from like, is inspired by, if anyone's read that one Neil Gaiman book about the boy who was, I don't remember the name of it right now. It was like, if I remember what it is, I'll put a picture up. And if you guys know what the plot is, that's basically what the inspiration for my idea is from. Because I think that's just an interesting idea. And I don't think it's been done before. Because we had like mortals who visit the mansion or buy it, but like just like a kid who was like adopted into it and just has lived there, and that's just like been their normal lives. I think it could be an interesting kind of interpretation. And also, big thing, this doesn't have to be connected to the 2023 movie. I've heard a lot of people suggest that maybe Disney Plus could do like little animated shorts set in that universe because of the bed and breakfast thing. But I personally feel like my idea is only stronger if it doesn't have connections to the film. Like it's its own thing, so you can do your own interpretations. Because that's the great thing about Haunted Mansion. Whatever new form of media you want to adapt it to, you can always feel free to play around with the interpretations of characters because there's nothing 100% concrete. So interpretations are always free to play around with. So yeah, that's basically. Yeah, that's basically been my quick thoughts on a possible Haunted Mansion. A potential Haunted Mansion animated series idea that that's popped up in my head that I've been thinking about and came up with. Could it be made? Probably not. But I just thought I'd get it out there and let you guys know this is an idea I've thought about. And, excuse me, and to get your opinions on it. If you like the idea of a Haunted Mansion animated series, what would your plot, what would you like to see as the plot of the show? Sorry, when I talk for too long, my throat. So yeah, if you guys have ideas for a potential plot for a Haunted Mansion series, animated series, let me know in the comments below. Tell me what you thought about my plot. I'm sorry if it came out all rambled. I didn't have a lot of time to get my thoughts coherently together, and I was just like so excited to get this out into the world so you guys could hear it. But yeah, comment down below what you thought or what you would do for a TV show about the Haunted Mansion. Are there any other Disney rides you'd like to see get possibly animated series? There could be a lot. Also, this Haunted Mansion series I just came up with could be opened for other cameos from other rides. You know, because I think Thunder Mountain is sometimes connected to Haunted Mansion. Jungle Cruise. I have been digging in way too deep into the connected universe of the Disney park rides, thanks to Offhand Disney. So, yeah, maybe that could open doors for, like, you know, those rides to get, and their characters to get cameos or referenced in an anime series. Figment, even, maybe. It could be fun. Anyway. Or even Captain EO. Give Captain EO some love again. Why not do a Captain EO animated series? People clearly still have nostalgia for that ride. So, like, let's do some something for that. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. Anyway, comment down below if there's any Disney park rides you'd like to see get animated series. Please like, comment, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed, and if you've made it this far, hope you enjoyed. And this has been just some fangirl, and we are out.